Celebrate the 5th anniversary of Leaf and Petal. Lots of options when it comes to varying up your gardenscape. We talk a lot about big, gorgeous, show-stopping plants, right? Have you thought about daisies? Have you thought about how important they are in your gardenscape, right? Being able to layer in some gorgeous known plants that also give you that dimension you're looking for. The composition within your garden to make some of those showstoppers pop, but also to give yourself what you know people will go, I love daisies. Yes, and you can cut them, you can put them in your bouquets, and you know you'll be doing that when your garden is awesome this year because of Leaf and Petal. So what we have here in front of us is a 3-piece set of the spring to fall Shasta Daisies. Now these daisies are amazing. The mature height for these daisies is about 2 to 2.5 feet. The spread is about 2 feet. So what you're seeing here is about what you're going to get for maturity, but they'll get a little bit bigger. And when you get it home, you're gonna see this little plant and you're gonna want to put it right into the ground because it'll come to you at the perfect time for planting. If you're putting in a container, which you totally can do, as you can see from our examples here, 12-inch pot. And then if you decide to put it in the ground, 2 feet apart. There you go.
Yes.
Easy peasy. And look at how amazing they turn out.
Right, and aren't daisies like the quintessential spring plant?
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you something about Shasta Daisies. Shasta Daisies, the typical variety, they need a full 12 hours of sunlight in order for them to start blooming, which means typically you're not gonna start getting flowers until June. Well, the reason we call these spring to fall daisies is because this variety starts blooming much earlier. It doesn't need as much sunlight, but you're still gonna be getting all of those blooms all the way through fall. And let me tell you what, this white pops with every other flower that you have. I mean, it just makes everything else come alive and is electric.
That's the best part. And that's what you have to do when you have a garden, is you have to think about what you're putting next to the individual plants, right? You want height, variety, you want color variety. Here is Carrie, because Carrie is perfect. Carrie does outdoor design when it comes to landscaping, hardscaping. So you can see these roses and what the daisies can do for them, and really vice versa.
Isn't that just gorgeous together? And remember, if you picked up that 4-piece rose, you're gonna get 4 different colors and you'll get 3 of the daisies. I love that both of these, by the way, are winter hardy. So you're going to be able to put them in the ground. You don't have to worry about just buying them once. You're gonna have them year after year. There's such a pretty sunshiny yellow and white on this daisy. I just absolutely adore it. I love them in cut bouquets because they're just a happy plant,
They really are. And you know what? These are brand new. You're right if you're thinking to yourself, I haven't seen these before from Leaf and Petal. This is a brand new plant that we're offering. And take a look. You can see that this is something that you are going to value. If you give it as a gift, that person's going to value it and they're gonna say, oh my gosh, I love it. And that's really the best part about being able to give flowers, but flowers as a plant, right? In a pot, not cut flowers. You can give cut flowers anytime, because if these are in your garden, you can do that, but you can also give these as a gift because you're getting them in a 3-piece set today. And so what that really means is that if you break it down, it's only $9 a plant. And so look at what you get for that $9.
Year after
the
year,
value is phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's, again, you know, one of the things that I just love about the plants that we're bringing to you. You know, they flower just tremendously, especially if you get that bloom boosting fertilizer. Let's replace all of our annuals. Let's have, you know, flowers that come back year after year. You make that investment once, and then you never have to do it again. I mean, imagine this, looking forward to this every single year. And because they start blooming earlier, that's why, again, they're called that spring to fall, you're gonna be able to enjoy it all blooming season long. Just special, special plants. And again, really, really fresh, well-packaged plants. You're getting 3 of them. You're only getting it when it's time for you to plant it. And as always, we're gonna include that planting guide that'll answer any questions you have about it. And we just wanna make it easy. We need it to be easy. We want you to be successful. Our reputation depends on it.
That is exactly right. Order number is right there on your screen. It is 875-177. Again, $26.95 for all 3 of these plants. And this is what you're gonna get. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I look at it looks so great with my St. Patrick's Day green.
It does, right?
And that's really what we're trying to tell you is that when you buy a daisy, the daisy is beautiful in and of itself, but it will bring out any other item in your garden. So any other plant, it will be like a perfect companion to it. And it literally will be the same within your bouquets that you're making. Because again, look at those stems. Aren't they fantastic?
Nice, yeah, they are, and they're nice and long. You know what I think would be great? If you have a sidewalk and you have just a little bed on each side of it, get 3 and then get another 3. Line your sidewalk,
beautiful.
boop, 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 and boop, boop, boop. Or if you have a deck outside, you know, go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then all season long, from early spring all the way until fall, you're going to be getting these beautiful colors, these beautiful quintessential spring flowers, but you're getting them all year long. Just make sure, as I always will continue to say, make sure you water and nurture your plants, especially that first year when they're babies, right? We want to make sure that root structure inside the plant itself is well established. And then a lot of these plants, they really do take care of themselves.
Yes, they really do. And if you have a small space, let's say you have, you know, an apartment building and you have a little bit of a balcony, or you have a patio space, but really it isn't that expansive. This is a perfect plant to be able to take advantage of that space because you can have this, it's a container plant. You can put it wherever you want. Move it if you need to, if you put it in containers. And that way you can also pair it with anything else that you see today and still be able to have that entertaining space outside without being overwhelmed.
That's right.
Because these are such great compact sizes that you can have multiple plants. So don't feel that because you have an outdoor space that might not be all that big, that you can't have all that layering and composition on your patio space.
Right, and you're really only limited by the size of the container you put it in. If you have a gigantic container, don't worry, the plant will fill it up. If you have a small one, it'll stay a bit more compact. So you get to decide truly how big this plant gets.
Thank you so much, Carrie. And we'll have so much more still ahead, but I wanted to give you a heads up because a lot of folks always ask. They're like, what is that top that you're wearing? Especially since I'm very St. Patrick's Day today. This green crochet